Hi everyone, it's Tracy Lizotte here, and today I'm painting one of my favorite things to paint, and that's a bird's nest. This one in particular is a quail's nest. To create this nest, I like to use one of my favorite techniques in watercolors, and that's done with masking fluid. And if you don't know what masking fluid is, it comes in a small bottle, and it paints on like a fluid, but when it dries to this solid rubbery substance you can eventually peel off when you're done using it. Most artists use it to mask out the parts of their paintings they want to keep white. I like to use masking fluid to create layers of shapes with my colors too. In this painting, as you can see, I create many layers with the masking fluid to build up the color, shape, and the values of the nest. So basically what I'm doing here is I paint on a layer of paint and I let that dry. Then I mask out a few of the branches of the nest, and then I let that layer of masking dry before I put on another layer of paint. And when I do these layers, I always go from my lightest layer first and I gradually work up to my darkest layer. I know I'm done creating these layers when I can't get my paint any darker and I basically run out of nest to mask. In the end, I probably paint 8 to 10 layers of both paint and masking fluid. Once I'm done creating all these layers and the paper is dry, that's really important, I no longer need the masking fluid and it's time to peel it off. This is my favorite part of the masking. It's so much fun to reveal what's underneath, and hopefully it came out the way I imagined it. Once that part's done, it's all peeled off, now it's time to go on and paint the eggs, the feathers, and a few little green leaves that I masked out that'll go into the nest for a touch of color. I do love painting quail eggs and feathers because they have a real fun speckled and spotted pattern on them. As you just saw, I do use the masking fluid one last time too, this time to create the white spots on the feather. And while that dries, I will go back in to create those green leaves in the nest and to develop the nest further with a few shadows. I also have to create the shadows on the eggs. I do this through several layers of graded wash, and I build up a nice smooth round look on the eggs. I continually go back into my nest to add details and define any shadows. I must be very careful not to overwork the painting at this stage because this is something I am so prone to do. I love layers so much, sometimes I go too far. And when that happens, I will lose some of the lighter, vibrant layers of the nest that I masked out earlier. So I really have to be aware of when enough's enough at this stage. So I tend to tinker a lot. When I'm happy with the details of the feather, and the shadows are there, I'm ready to rub off the masking fluid and touch up the spots of the feathers and call it done. I'm also ready to paint the speckled pattern on the eggs once I feel the shadows of the eggs are developed enough. I'm really excited at this point of the painting. I know it's almost complete and painting the random speckled patterns of the eggs will bring it all together. For me, painting the speckles on the eggs make the entire painting come alive. I love this moment in a painting. It totally makes it all the work to this point worth it. Well, here is the finished watercolor of my quail's nest. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you would like to learn more about me, my art, and my painting tips, head on over to my website at tracylizottestudios.com. And if you like paintings from nature, I have a really fun little video of a bright red autumn leaf you can check out. What's interesting about this painting is I created it almost entirely out of wet and wet technique and watercolors, and that is always a fun one to watch. If you want to see what I paint next, I welcome you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again next time.